All right, guys, we just come back from Calgary. Showed up early at Sheridan, Wyoming. The guys had the steer roping slack this morning. They roped 3 rounds. These are some of the top steer ropers here going down the road. Jojo Lamont, Chris Glover, and Scott Snedecor. Scott won the world in 2005 and 2008, and he's going to give us a few of his tips on how he does his footwork going down the rope and how he strings and ties on both sides depending on how the steer lays. So we'll turn it over to Scott and let him do his magic. All right, Scott, that's pretty fast. You're gonna have to slow it down so I can pay attention.
All right, when I leave my horse, I'm with the saddle horn, got the reins in my hand. When I leave, I let go of everything and I just step toward that steer. Horse is leaving you. It's just like in a calf rope, and it's a sin. Even though you're going 2 different directions, it still gives you a sin when you step back straight to that calf. And you want to step in line with that deal. A lot of guys will try to step like that. Well, it throws you off balance, okay? So you want to step to the steer. As soon as I hit the ground, I go for my string, right hand, left hand. If I see he's going left hand or right handed tie, I'm gonna step with the leg first, my left leg, skip, and then I catch back up, skip right here. I go to the bottom leg first, double grab, keep them low here.
When would you go to the top leg?
Okay, a top leg, if I had a steer that was a smaller steer, I would go for the top leg. The reason I go to the bottom leg is if I have a bigger steer and the steer's dragging with the horse, well, that bottom leg is always going to be further back here when that steer is getting drugged. Top leg is going to be further away from the back.
So then you have to move the top leg farther back.
Yeah. So if I go and string a big steer and I got it way up here, I string him here, I got to step that leg all the way back here to make the cross on a big steer. You know? So it's easier. To me, it's always easier, and it's the farthest one or the closest one to the back feet.
Explain right there with the bottom leg how your biggest string goes on your hand and on the leg.
Yeah.
Go slow.
So when I grab it out of my belt, I always have it tucked in right here, and I just put the tail, sitting on my tail in the seat. I grab the string, and then before I go to the rope or while I'm going, my hand is locked in right underneath here.
Okay.
Okay, and then when I go down, I reach for the hoof of that steer right there, okay?
Okay.
Comes right off there.
If you go underneath or bring your string over when you get to bring the left leg back, the front leg back.
What do you mean?
So have you string it?
Okay, here?
Yeah. Do you bring your string underneath or over?
I double grab. I string here and then grab and then one more time there.
I see. Okay.
Some guys, they'll use a short string and they can grab here and then never grab again and put it down and just cross them right there.
And you double grab.
Yeah, I double grab. That way I got control of that steer's leg. You know, some guys, if you use a small string, small loop, you can get by here, put it on the ground, cross them, but see how much I got away from them legs right here with this hand? If I double grab, I always got control of that front leg. If he goes to pulling or straining, I'm here, right there.
Close, yeah.
And I'm close on there. Now I just stay close to my cross.
Does it matter if the legs are stacked there when you finish your hooey?
It doesn't. You always want it to be just like that in the calf roping, same scenario. But in the steer roping, if they stack up, you know they stack up.
Okay, awesome. Let's flip him over. So do you guys prefer, you know, most old calf ropers prefer them to lay on the left side so you can time, you know,
right.
We have better muscle memory. But you guys, you know, what's the most common way they're gonna fall?
Probably for a left-handed tie, you know. It depends on the animals too and how fast you're going and how good you are with your horse when you're leaving there. You know, if you leave there and you hit one and you hit them a little hard, they're gonna come around and hit for a left-handed and the momentum will carry themselves over for a right-handed tie.
Oh, okay.
They'll roll over. But lots of times on fresher steers that aren't running as hard and you're not hitting them as hard, you can set your run up. Everything will stay on the left-handed side most of the time.
Just gently lay them over there, right there.
Yeah, you just want to pull their head back to right to their hocks really, and then just, when they hit the ground, keep moving them. Just to slide them out right there.
So one less step on the left-hand side.
Yeah. One less.
One less.
Yeah, if
you
you
don't
got,
have a chance of the steer getting out.
If you leave your horse and he's already on your left side, you don't have to jump the rope. You You know, you jump the rope, there's lots of obstacles right there. You can trip, horse can bring one by you. You know, you can jump the rope a little late, and then all of a sudden that horse is by you. Well, you're in the air and that foot goes by you. There's nothing you can do when you're in the air. So yeah, left-handed ties.
You prefer that?
I prefer left-handed because they're all on that side. I can break down, wait for that leg, and if he comes by fast, I can still string him and go with him. You know, if it's going to be a fast drag. But, majority of the time, the guys are going to tie them faster on the left-handed side just because they don't have to crawl the rope.
Okay.
Some guys carry 2 strings, carry one on each side. If it's for a right-handed tie, they use a right-handed string. If it's on the left-handed side, they use left-handed string. I prefer one. I was taught with 2, but when I was learning, trying to get off and knowing if steer was right-handed, left-handed, and trying to figure out which string to grab, I was confused half the time. So I just threw away one string, that way I wouldn't grab the wrong string. So that's the whole scenario behind carrying one, you know, just a preference on what a guy chooses to do.
When you land on this side, is there any difference you do with your hand?
Yeah, as far as stringing, there's not. When I pull it from my belt, when I'm running down there, I still grab it same way.
You don't turn it
But
over
then
anything?
but when I string, I'm gonna throw it through.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, explain that. Stringing
Okay. So when I grab it,
same deal, top leg, bottom
yeah,
leg
top
here?
leg here. I always do top leg here.
Always do top leg
Yeah.
on this side?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I pull my belt, skip, and then when I grab the front leg, I'm gonna grab these hooves, or this hoof, and then when I string, I just throw it forward right there. It's just 2 different directions is all I'm doing. You know, some guys will keep it coming back over here and try to string, well then it just comes straight off to me. You know, so I always grab it right up here to the front and just throw it 2 different directions right there. You wanna go all the way to the back of these feet, and then when you throw it through, you pick this up, throw it, and then keel your string out on the end. You know, I always throw it through like that and then put that leg down because you're gonna cross, and it also kills the tail of that string out on the end of it. If I just throw it through here, see how it bounces back? If I don't ever move it, I can throw it through pretty hard and it'll come back over, but I can throw it hard right there and kill it, and it stays out there.
So
Crossing.
killing it, you're just saying it by letting it lay.
Yeah, just dropping that leg. I just placing that leg on the
Okay.
ground right there, and it kills the tail of that string
Okay.
out there. It just dies off. It don't bounce back or
Okay.
feed back to you. Okay, and then when I go to cross them, I'm here staying close to that cross. 1 wrap, 2.
And many hours in the practice pit, but if you notice, his right leg is keeping the legs crossed, but he also has, as you're tying, you work on having.
You stay square, just like anything else. You want to kind of keep your shoulders square, everything stays square. My legs stay square. When I bring one up, when I grab the back legs right here, they come up, and my foot goes right behind them, okay?
Okay.
And my feet or my leg and my foot and my shin here keeps them legs from dropping down or coming back.
Okay.
Calf ropers, they'll want to go like that, and see when I go to pushing in where them legs go. So if you just cross them, and I always tell them cross them as far away from that steer's body as you can cross them, and they're going to be soft and easy out there. So if I got them, see how far them legs are off the ground? That's just where my foot is. My foot's holding them up right there. So I don't have to do anything but squat right here. So if I bring them back up here, I'm just squatting.
When do you determine 1 wrap or 2 wraps?
Just kind of how they cross. Most of the time it's going to be 1 wrap for me. I mean, unless I'm ahead in the average, or if I need to just tie the steer down and secure me something, I'll put 2 wraps that way. I don't do anything crazy, you know, but majority of the time steers are good. To me, I always say if you get a good cross and a good wrap mahui on a steer that's this strong and this big, 1
What
wrap's
kind of
just
picking
good.
strings and what size?
These are 3/8 scant. They're 83 inches. They're loud. They make 2-ply and they make 3-ply. I prefer a 3-ply. It's just easier, and that's what I was used to when I grew up roping calves. It was a lot easier on my hands when I practice. I don't feel like I can slide a 2-ply. They're a little rougher and they're supposed to stay tight, easier, and get down in them grooves. But I prefer a 3-ply. For once, it's easier on my hands.
How long does a string last you?
They'll last me a pretty good while.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The only time I use it is when I'm competition. I got different strings that I practice with. But yeah, they'll last for a pretty good while until you get them muddy or somebody lets one up and drags through the dirt or something for a while.
Awesome. Let's
They'll
have a
stay
little
there pretty
match.
good.
Hey, this is Casey Jones. We've been working real hard on creating all the content for these last few videos. If you would help us out, please go to youtube.com, search for Rodeo Sports Promotions, and click on the link subscribe. And if you're already on YouTube, just hit the subscribe button. Thanks.